Happy Thursday. What's up, squad? It's your girl, AT Alien here. I just wanted to come through really quickly, and give my little 2 cents on R. Kelly while I'm sitting in the car looking like somebody granny. It's cold. Why it's so cold? Anyway, I was here, taking a breather in the car for a second. But I wanted to talk about R. Kelly, but I didn't want to go live and then have to log off really quickly. So I thought I'd film this, record it, do this little thingy for once. Oh look, I can. Oh look. Ooh, too much light. Ooh, take it down a notch. Ooh. Anyway, I know y'all have seen R. Kelly's interview with Gayle King. And there's so much we need to talk about, but I'm going to get on the horn and we're going to talk about that live and in the living color. But first, I like to say that Robert Sylvester Kelly deserves an Academy Award for his performance. Which camera is it? Is this camera? Is this camera right here? Is this camera? I hope these cameras rolling. Y'all trying to kill me. Y'all taking 30 years of my life. Y'all trying to kill me. I just want to see my kid. Listen, watching that interview was like watching a script being read by an award-winning actor. It was nothing genuine in anything that he said. First, I want to point out the parallels between, that clip I always play when I talk about R. Kelly. Well, some of you, if you've been in any of my live videos, that little clip of R. Kelly when he talking to his bros and he toasting to the good life and he's saying, I got 30 years in this game. They 30 years too late. My music is already injected in society. It ain't nothing they could do to me. Those were his words. Here we are again with Gayle King. What does he say? I've given y'all 30 years. I've given y'all 30 years. Y'all trying to kill me. Same thing. It's like his publicist got together and his publicist just really put, a bunch of things that we often talk about in his little speech. Another example, you recall when he and Teray did that interview, and Teray asked him, point blank period, did you sleep with underage girls? Did you have sex with underage girls? Do you have a penchant for underage girls? Do you like underage girls? And what did R. Kelly say? What's underage? What's considered teenage? What do you mean? So when Gayle King asked him that exact same question, he answers emphatically, no. So, I feel like this PR little run he did, which shouldn't have been done in the first place because it was a really bad move. But this PR run that he did was pretty much aimed and targeted at things that people have talked about in the blogs for years, things that he's never addressed before, and bringing up his kids. I just want to see my kids. His kids say they haven't seen him in 2 years. He owed child support, all of that. So he's trying to make it seem like he's a doting father. He wants to be with his kids. He brings up the fact about the women. He say, if I was keeping them hostage, how I'm taking them out, buying them shoes, this, that, and the third. Same thing. I guess as long as you buy them clothes or you buy them, breast implants or you put them in Gucci, Louis, and Prada, that means you're not abusing them. No way that you can be a pimp and control these women's lives. There's no way that can happen, right? So again, everything that R. Kelly said was meant to dispute everything that we've been a lot of what we've talked about. In addition to that, I draw a lot of parallels between this recent set of events, because R. Kelly got locked up again last night for child support. His attorney wanted him, asked the judge if he could pay a payment arrangement. The judge denied it, and so they promptly locked R. Kelly up. Now it's like either he gonna pay up or he gonna be in jail. Which, in child support situations, I often wonder what's the logic behind that, because when a man is locked up, well, a man that doesn't have means like R. Kelly anyway, but when most men are locked up for child support, how can they work to get the money if they locked up? But in R. Kelly's case, I think it's a little bit different, because clearly he got the money, because when he was locked up last week for those charges stemming from sexual, abuse allegations, all of a sudden he came up with the 100 G's, however much it was, to bond out on that case, whether it's a friend, whatever. So I guess in this situation, it's like, okay, let's lock him up. If he can come up with 100 G's then, he can come up with 100 G's now for his kids, right? Anyway, and it's all a bunch of karma too. It's all karma. I liken it to the OJ case. If you recall, for those of you who are old enough to remember, the People versus OJ Simpson, if you watched it on TV, OJ allegedly killed his wife. He was acquitted. If the glove don't fit, you must acquit. He was acquitted. He after that, his life was just topsy-turvy and turmoil. He could never live without looking over his shoulder. People were suing him left and right. He had civil suits for millions of dollars. He lost all the money he had. People stole his paraphernalia. Then eventually he got locked up trying to steal his paraphernalia back. And everybody thought that when he got locked up, look at that, that's karma. Everybody believed that he killed his wife, even though the legal system, I guess, failed at proving it and failed to, establish, beyond a reasonable doubt that he did. But that didn't mean that he didn't do it. Same with R. Kelly. He was acquitted. I'm kind of fuzzy on the details of the first situation, but the case was dismissed, or whatever the situation was, because they said they couldn't identify the girl, or the girl wouldn't testify against him the first time years ago. So here we are again, with the 10 charges, with the videotapes, and this, that, and the third. He's gotten out. They pick him up on child support charges. They won't let him out until he pays it. So now it looks like R. Kelly is finally facing his karma. It may not be, the legal system that gets him in the end. There's always a higher power when you do things wrong, and we all know from our eyes. Now, we wasn't there, but we've seen it. He married Aaliyah. He was on tape with that girl. We saw him on tape with the girl, some of us. We've seen the things that he's done. And at some point, he's going to have to answer for us. But will he answer in a court of law? Will justice ever be served when it comes to R. Kelly? I don't know, but I do feel like it's kind of like a parallel to the O.J. Simpson story. His life ain't going to never be right. His life ain't gonna never be right until he makes amends, until he's held accountable, because you're held accountable to a higher standard from a higher power. So until he speaks and says his truth, whatever that is, no, I don't think it's ever gonna be right. But that's just a few of my thoughts while I sit in the car looking at the Twin Towers in Atlanta. But you guys, hopefully I'll be able to go live this evening. I hope I wasn't covering the mic. I was trying not to. This is my first recorded phone car conversation. Anyway, but thank you guys for tuning in. Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But definitely let me know if you think that R. Kelly is facing his karma. Bye, you guys.